Hello, cousins. I know, don't yell at me. I know it's been a long time, but we are back to our regularly scheduled program. In today's episode, as always, I say it's special. I say the guests are my favorite because I just love everybody in my life, right? Today's episode is very, very special, though, because it is a birthday episode. You're probably like, Dave, what you mean birthday episode? Your birthday in July. I know. But my good friend, my sister Cindy, her birthday, also known as him, birthday is coming up this week. And I thought it would be great to do an episode where we talk about coming of age, things that we've learned as we've been on this earth for 30 plus years now. I think we got a little wisdom. So, sitting on this wonderful blue couch to help me talk about this today is my good friend, Siran. Woo! I also almost introduced you as the famous Jet Jackson.
You could. You definitely could.
And then we have the beautiful Courtney over here. Okay. So, this is the birthday boy, birthday girl.
What's that?
I told him he didn't have to say his age, but he's going to be 36.
I'm 36, yes. Hello. Welcome.
I'm 35. Courtney?
I'm 36.
Okay.
She's the oldest in the room.
Okay.
Wow, okay. Shots fired.
Right.
No, so like I said, thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate y'all coming. I appreciate you coming. Like literally, I asked you 2 days ago,
I'm down.
and you said it. You said yes. But this is also a form of a gift to you. Happy birthday, friend.
Appreciate
I love you.
birthday.
I've appreciated the time that I've gotten to know you over the year and a half that we've built this friendship.
Thank you.
So I'm happy to have you here in Houston with me for this episode.
Listen, it's lit.
So I want to ask the age-old, the infamous question that actually has no real answer. How do you feel now that you are truly on the other side of your mid-30s?
Actually, blessed.
Come on, blessed and highly
Blessed.
flavored.
And excited to continue to get older because I've known a lot of people who have never made it even this far.
Oh, that's good. That's
They
good
got
to
a lot
me.
older, a lot younger.
I love that actually.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I always say I love getting older. And people are like, what do you mean?
Yeah. At first it's scary, but then you
It
have
is,
like all
yeah.
this wisdom. You have all this wisdom, like you said.
Yeah. Eventually,
And so you
just you'll get past it. It's like
Yeah. Right?
you just start
Yeah.
looking forward to certain things the older you get.
So I'm going to ask you a question, right? I'm going to ask both of you this question. And I'll answer, of course, too, right? So now that we are all 35 plus, what is something you wish you knew when you were, say, in your teen years?
That's deep.
Yeah,
That's deep.
we're going there.
That's deep. I would say like be yourself, be genuine. Do not people please. I know we
We talked about that the other
Don't
day.
people please. Don't people please. You can't make everybody happy. And you have to be true to yourself. You have to learn how to build those boundaries with everyone. I felt like I've learned, and this is something that I had like over. I think I didn't get it until I was like mid 20s. It's like boundaries.
Like 27,
Boundaries.
28 is when I feel like
you really learn like yourself. You really learn what you're capable of. You really learn how to say no and do what's best for you, right?
Do you think you learn to say no, or do you think that it's more so like you've gone through so many experiences,
Mhm.
right? I can think, and I'm gonna give you a chance to speak. I can think back to when I was a teenager, and I'll talk about this infamous argument me and my mom had, right? And I think one of the things with Black kids as a whole, and I say this almost every other episode, we aren't really given the chance to be our authentic selves. Our
That is
parents
true.
tell us who we are until we're no longer under their roof.
Right.
They tell you what you can and can't do, what you can and cannot say, what you can and cannot wear. We don't really get a chance to develop our own individual spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why it doesn't click into you in your like late 20s or your 30s.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
don't, I always say like we're late to the game of growing and understanding what it means to be our authentic selves.
Mhm.
But my mom and I had this infamous argument when I was 16. I worked at a store called Highlander, also now known as Kroger, right?
Okay, Kroger.
Listen, the
Give
moment I
everybody
turned
their
16, I was
first-
like, run me a job.
their
Run me that
first job.
job. Run me that job, right? And I remember, I will never forget, it was December of, was this 2006?
Mm-hmm.
And I just up and quit the job. My mom and I talked about the job for a while. She told me not to quit. And we got into an argument in the middle of the hallway. And my mom, she was like, nigga, when I tell you to jump, you're supposed to say how high. And I was like, no. I was like, when you ask me to jump, I get to ask you why.
Yeah.
That's because you disrespectful. I was like, it's not disrespectful to understand why you are saying the things you're saying to me, right?
Yeah.
So even at this big age, I think I've started growing a little differently. We're like, that's why I'm always the friend and therapist to all my friends. I think it's just because what I started doing when I was like 13, 14, 15, 16, a lot of people don't get a chance to really start trying to figure things out until they go away to college or maybe 2024, right?
I agree.
But on to you, Siran. The original question.
Yeah.
What is something that you wish you knew when you were a teenager?
I feel like to piggyback on what you have said is to
be original.
No, I'm saying only one snippet of just doing things that you feel is what's best for you.
Yeah.
So that way you can continue to grow and learn and know how to navigate more parts of your life. Because when you spend doing the people pleasing game or the I don't want to offend nobody, I'm not trying to hurt no feelings, you almost really forgo a lot of yourself.
What Lil Wayne say? Put a condom on your heart, fuck your feelings. Okay.
So getting ready to be, or basically being 36 now, another thing that I feel like I wish I would have done, told myself then coming back to this age now, is just don't be afraid to take more risks. I've stayed very much sheltered. And of course, we all have a very traumatic upbringing.
What James Bond would say, you're ripped from the world's safest place and you're thrust into the world.
Exactly. With family, with friends, with situations, and you don't always feel like you know how to navigate, stand up for yourself and those things. So some of that will force you, in the sense that I like to say, you die at that point. Not physically, but something mentally, emotionally happens. So then you no longer you become afraid to want to take more risks, to do more things, to get out there. Also, just being able to not ask anyone else for permission to just do it.
Listen, my dad always used to say, ask for forgiveness instead of asking for permission. But then also when I didn't ask for it, we got in trouble. So it was a really confusing. It's a really confusing time for me right now. No, but you said something.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, yeah, I will say
risk. That's another wise one. I will say that I feel like to my younger self, I would have said like, hey, take more risk. Like, like just do it scared.
So,
because remember, you used to tell me all the time, you gonna die.
So here's the thing.
You love JCPenney. And I'd be like,
so here's the thing. I think that's another thing. I say rebellious. I don't know any other word to call it or use for it. I did a lot of crazy things out of just being mad and angry at my family. Like, I could have got a scholarship to Morehouse, but I said no because I didn't want to go to an all-black college or university because it's unrealistic. And I really, ultimately, in hindsight, I think I only said it because my mom really wanted me to go.
Right.
And I was like, man, right? Or I moved to New York when I was 21. I was telling you, I went out there for spring break, and a month later, I moved to New York. I had $150 in my pocket, and when I got there, the job I thought I had technically didn't have it. It wasn't real. Oh, wow. I got really lucky and really blessed. My manager at the time, he was the one who told me to move out there to become a manager at this store. And when I got there, the HR was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, I'm David. I'm David. And I took so many risks. Like, I'm here in Houston now, right? Yeah. I've lived in New York. I've lived in Chicago. I'm from Rockford, Illinois. I've lived in Atlanta temporarily. I was in Austin. I lived here. I literally just get up and go do stuff. Like, I'm taking a trip later this year, a solo trip out of the country. And most people are like, that's terrifying. Yeah. But I'm like,
it's like really liberating. You meet people along the way.
But I think that I'm okay doing it because I live my life that way right now, right? I think one of the most beautiful things about taking risks, what it has taught me, at least I'll say it this way, is it taught me that it will always work out. Like, it gave me trust in myself. And I don't think I always had that.
Do you feel like the more risks that you've taken, the more you got comfortable with taking risk?
Yeah, and it makes me comfortable when things go wrong or things feel like they're going wrong. And I feel like people sometimes panic. Like, oh my God, this one thing I really wanted didn't happen. Now what do I do? And I'll be like, it'll work out.
Right.
I lived on a random woman's sofa that I found a room on Craigslist and lived in some woman's living room for 3 weeks. I'm not scared of nothing.
That is, yeah. That's a word.
Right? Like,
that is a word.
Mhm.
and that's why I think, like, as we get older and we're growing and we're doing this reflective space that we're doing right now in this episode, another thing I want to ask you both is, outside of what you would tell yourself when you were a teenager, how would you describe your teenage years? Like, if somebody was like, how are you when you were a teenager? How would you describe yourself? I would describe myself, like I said, as rebellious. I think that I was a smart ass. I'm still a smart ass. Siran can attest to it. I always got something to say. It ain't always got a rebuttal for everything.
That might be the cancer.
It might
be the cancer energy.
I just like to. I feel like sometimes I also just like to push buttons. Back in the day when I was a teenager, I used to love pushing people's buttons.
That is okay. It's okay to push buttons.
Yeah.
It's okay to push buttons. This one has a smart mouth.
It's more reserved now. The older I get, the more I realize, you know what? Sometimes there's just no need to say.
Also, since we brought up astrology, and now it's in my head, and I gotta say it, right?
You know those Sag.
No, so I say this, right? Because we have a Sag here, I feel like Sagittariuses do not attempt to, like, their brain doesn't allow them to fully mature and become like. Because let me say this. Let me take a step back. I think Sagittariuses are great. A lot of my favorite people are Sagittarius. My wife, B, who you all have met before via this podcast. That's my lavender wife. She's a Sag. My sister Danielle, who is one of my favorite humans on this planet. She's a Sag. Siran is a Sag. I dated a Sag. Like, I can't get away from them.
I've been around some good Sagittarius.
Right? I think they're incredible people. I think they're incredibly misunderstood as well.
Free spirit.
However, they don't even know how to navigate in their own world, let alone let someone else try to navigate in their own world. They don't really start maturing to me until like somewhere between 36 and 38, something clicks for them. And they start to really grow and evolve and like,
that's all. Yeah.
Navigate the world in a way of being authentic and understand, like, being raw and direct as they are doesn't have to come in a form of anger or rough. It can be like, hey, I said what I said. I'm good. Move on. Right?
Yeah.
But that was because you mentioned astrology. I was like, Sag, y'all get there eventually.
I mean, it takes time. I mean, but I also think too.
I survived the Sagittarius, and I'm here to tell my story.
I mean, but I guess as you continue to get older, like you said again, the more life experiences that you have, then you can go ahead and dial it in. I mean, yes, Sagittarius or not, I would like to say even myself sometimes I'm a little bit more scatterbrained. It's like, in some ways ADHD or whatever the case is, because it's like if I gotta focus,
don't have ADD.
Okay, it's like if I have a focus for something, it's kind of like, okay, I'm all in it, and then all of a sudden, ooh, look over there,
squirrel,
look over there. Like that's how my mind will work.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Looking at from
that's what makes you. That's what makes you unique.
I'm the same, but I'm similar in that way, right? I've because everyone's like, David, you don't seem like you have ADHD, and I was like, I do. I've just learned how to like be okay with the fact that everything doesn't always make sense, even when I'm doing it. I'm okay with that, right? It may not make sense to you, but trust me, I always get to the end of what I'm trying to get to.
You'll complete the goal.
I do have a question though. So, the college years. Do you feel like college taught you something outside of just like the educational piece of it? What do you think you learned from those years about yourself and how it helped you become who you are today?
Absolutely. I feel like college definitely it's a stepping stone, right? Like you get a lot of
rite of passage
in college. It is a rite of passage, like you said. Heartbreaks. Ooh. Heartbreaks.
Tell me more. What do you mean by this?
Heartbreaks in college are very real. I feel like feelings, you feel things deeply in college. You feel things very deeply in college. You have your first heartbreaks in college. You and then you have to just pick up the pieces and go take a test. You have to go to work. You have to learn.
It's the first test of life.
Resilience. Yeah.
It's the first. Courtney,
you will have your first heart. I tell everybody, like, don't go to college. I would tell all my younger younger people, I'm like, hey,
Don't
don't go to college ready for a relationship. You will have a heartbreak. I'm not even gonna make it easy for you.
Go to college and throw that thing in a circle.
I didn't say all of that now. I didn't say throw it in a circle.
I said it.
He said it.
Practice makes perfect.
Go to college
Okay?
and just experience. You will have a heartbreak. Don't. I mean, I feel like in our parents' years, right?
Yeah.
Like they went to college, they found love, but that's not our story.
Yeah.
That is not our story for our generation.
No.
Like,
And I think they get stuck in that mindset because
Yeah.
it's always
I went to
when I
college,
was your
like-
age.
yeah, I
this
went to
is-
college thinking I
But
was
I'm
going
like,
to have
also times were different.
husband.
Things were a lot cheaper. You were able to do more things then.
Yeah.
Now it's a
We
different
have
landscape.
social
and
media.
tech is such a big integrative
Listen.
part in it.
If we gotta talk about coming of age, we gotta talk about the fact that Facebook became a thing when
In
we were all
college.
going into college.
Right, it did. And
See
you
what?
had to
Hold on,
have
wait.
a
So
college-
what you kids don't know is this:
It was for the college
when
kids back in
Facebook
the
first
day.
came out, you had to have an edu email address to
Mhm.
even get access to that
Mhm.
thing, and it was the best thing on the planet. If we thought we were stepping up for MySpace,
Mhm.
after we like, oh, we ain't on I ain't on MySpace no more. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, like I'm above
You felt
MySpace.
important.
I'm
What is a
above that.
MySpace? What is a MySpace?
But
I would
Siran, what did
say-
college years teach you?
I didn't go. I
He had
skipped
his
it.
experience.
But
You had an experience.
but I've had the experience of with others.
Mhm.
In those years, they are some of your brokest years.
Man.
That's a word.
They are
Listen,
some of your brokest years.
preach, Pastor.
But also too, I think although I did not attend, I feel like you do meet some of the best people during that time frame of their lives, and of course yours.
Yeah.
With Courtney when
Yeah.
she came to JCPenney in Lafayette, where I was at the time, she was definitely
Came
in
down to my
college.
job where I work.
and
I
we have
was in school.
hitched ever since. But I definitely experienced her college
He
life
did. He's
experiences
been
with
through
her.
heartbreaks
Yeah.
with me.
Without necessarily going.
He's
So like
been
I
to
can get it for all
parties.
of y'all who you know
Yeah.
understand it, but for me, it's
But
good.
what did those years teach you about Siran?
What do those years teach me is that I can be very fluid. I can also
Known as a hussy, Jezebel,
No.
woman of loose morals,
definitely
wrench.
definitely not.
I
What I,
said it.
mean by that is that it helped me know how to be able to interact with people better. So I'm able to go ahead and just fluid to really get along with anyone. Doesn't matter what background, what you're raised, where you come from. None of that. I already had that knack in
Yeah.
my interactions with people. But during those college years when people are trying to figure themselves out, you know, you kind of take them at face value at first until you learn them and understand what it is that they got going on. Once you understand, then you can kind of go from there. It helps you make better decision making on who you want to deal with.
So yeah, that's what I was saying. So what Courtney was saying that I think I don't think I've ever said it this way, but now I think I will start saying it this way.
Mhm.
College is really your first real test at like being an adult, right? It's when
You
you
learn resilience.
and I remember telling my mom
Mhm.
in that argument I had when I was 16, I was like, when I go away to college or when I leave your house, I can't call you and ask you if it's okay for me to go to this party.
Mhm.
Is it okay for me to get drunk at this party, even though I shouldn't be drinking? And like college was such a, I find that it's the most confusing time of my life,
It is.
right? Like, why was I drunk on a Thursday night and had to get up at 9 a.m.
And have
to go
to
take a fucking
Yeah.
math exam?
It's called balance.
And my math professor at the time
terrible
was someone that I
bad
knew
balancing.
because she was a counselor at the summer camp that I went to at the same college I ended up going to.
It's called time management.
Like-
But now look at you. You
Correct.
mastered time. We were here on time.
Like,
You
it,
went out last night
listen,
because you had that was the practice. This is
now we implemented,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
But yeah, those were really confusing times. And I think what college did for me, it helped me figure out that it was okay to express myself. Now, was it weird and rough? Yes. Did I get into arguments with people? Because I did. Okay, I'm about to tell y'all something I said I would never tell anybody. So I did a lot of crazy shit in college, y'all. And by crazy things, I mean like outfit, hair choices, like
Mhm.
all types of crazy things. I experimented so much in college. Like, where before skinny jeans were super popular, I was doing colored jeans, I was doing baggy jeans. I would try to change up everything. And be like, we don't know if you gay or straight or whatever. And it was always this weird thing that happened. But I did this because I'm a humongous anime fan. If y'all don't know this cousin, Look at me. I love anime. Okay. It was my escape. It was and I felt like my love of anime really grew, and my love of music really grew in college. I got a short story for that and come back to y'all. I've always loved music, but that's when I really like the way I talk about music now. When we talk and we go in about how we like this artist, that came to me in college. It's when I discovered Brandy. I've always known Brandy's music, right? But that's when I like
to her.
But like that's why Human is my favorite Brandy album, because it's the album that I really got to discover and understand how talented that woman is. Right? But back to the anime moment. So there may have been a moment where I had a bunch of hair weave to do an anime inspired photo shoot. And I had the hair in for at least a good week or two. I was walking around campus looking like I was rocking a helmet. I had a little bayang. I had a little emo bayang. And it was and I want y'all to understand, the bayang was black and red.
Okay. And just yeah.
But I think the college years.
Oh, I was a sissy, y'all, and didn't even know it.
I think the college years too, in a sense, with that, is kind of like you're rediscovering yourself years as well, because you go through that kind of weird phase in high school. You get out of high school, if you decide to move into college or not, you're also still.
You want people that peaked in high school?
You also try to figure out who you are again, all over again. Now that you're entering young adulthood, or I would say closer to,
and even a new space. In high school is like you with the same people you grew up with, people in your neighborhood and stuff. Like when you go off to college. Yeah, but when you go off to college in those college years, college campuses are full of people from all over the place.
Yeah. So it allows you now, it's like, okay, now where do I fit in? Kind of where's my niche? You know, so you're trying this, you're trying that, you're going here, you're doing that. And in the sense though, I think in that beautiful bunch of chaos, you kind of start really figuring yourself out. It's like a true self-discovery by that point. And if you didn't figure it out then, by the time you finish, hell, the real world will handle it. Work will give it to you. The interactions with other people will go ahead and give it to you. And then now you might feel like you fall back into, well, damn, what the hell am I really doing?
Right.
You just made me think about something.
Okay.
What is something your parents used to say to you that makes sense now that you're an adult that did not make sense when you were a kid? I got like two of them. One of mine is everybody ain't your friend.
Okay.
My mom used to say that to us religiously. Everybody's not your friend. You may like this little boy, little girl today. That person's not your friend.
That's true. Yeah, everybody is your friend.
As a kid, they used to hurt my feelings so much. Like, what do you mean, Mom? Like, Ben is my friend. Yeah. Mom was like, you don't know that little boy. You don't know nothing about him. You don't know his people. You don't. But now that I'm an adult, I get it. Because I tell people all the time, like, such ain't your friend.
Right. It can be an associate.
I tend to not use the word friend often. I would like, if I say friend, like you are truly somebody I consider like damn near family. Everybody else, y'all associates, y'all people I know. It's like
I know in passing.
Yeah,
I see.
And then the second thing that came to my mind immediately when I thought of the question just now, my mom always used to say, "You know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going." My family is very religious, right? So we grew up Baptist, okay? Yeah. And that saying, I think, honestly, is what helped me stay, air quote, humble or kind to myself and kind to other people, regardless of what I've been through. Because tomorrow's always going to be a new day. There's always something more or better that you can do to improve your space in your life. And I've always just looked at that. And the other part of that is, whenever my mom would always say, if someone was bad mouthing someone else, like if you was talking shit about somebody, my mom like, I can't believe such just smoking crack. I would never. My mom was like, you better keep your mouth off people. You know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going. You don't know what led to that person making that choice in their life, and you don't know what's gonna cause you to potentially make that same choice. So those are things that I'd like. Now as an adult, I was like, when people start to like talk about people in certain ways, I'd be like, be careful. I would never, like, that's why I don't speak in absolutes. I don't say I will never. I try to say I will not ever, because never say never, because you don't know what life will take you through.
Yeah.
I don't think my mom woke up one day and was like, yeah, I'm gonna start smoking crack today. I think
something led to that. Yeah,
like things
Probably
led to
something
that.
led to that,
Experiences
yeah.
led to that
they're
for her.
coping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, they're coping.
So what's something that y'all parents used to say that you now get?
I wouldn't say like as a child. I would say I was more like in middle school. Just short story. I was raised by a single black father.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yes,
I have to come back to that.
Yeah, so my mom passed away when I was like 5th grade.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay, life. So I was raised by a single black father, and he just kind of like put everything on the table, kind of young for me. He was like, "Hey, you're gonna have it hard." He was just like, you're a woman, and he's like, not only are you a woman, but you're a black woman. And I just never knew about that because, of course, you're younger, you're kind of shielded from a lot of stuff whenever you're a kid. But as an adult, you really have to learn resilience, right? And you have to be able to navigate in just different areas. So yeah, I understand. I kind of prepared myself like after college. I'm like, I just kind of knew I wasn't gonna have it easy. I kind of knew I had to learn resilience kind of young. I knew that I had to, kind of just speak up for myself a little bit more. Yeah.
What does resilience mean to you, though? Like, what is that? Like, if you could explain that to someone, to you, what does that mean to you?
I think resilience for me is just not allowing a situation to just let it down. Yeah, like get you down. Like or just find another way to like overcome it, right?
I love that.
So like if I don't get a job, right? That's not the end all be all. Kind of like you said, take risk.
Yeah.
It's another opportunity somewhere else. Or, if you don't fit in somewhere else, like that just may not be the place for you, right? It's always something different. So I mean, you just had to learn like resilience, like don't take no for an answer. Yeah. Like I'm gonna get what I want.
I love that.
I'm gonna get what I want. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And we'll come back to the single dad thing because I got a shameless plug coming.
Okay,
but
shameless plug.
What is something that your parents or parent used to say to you as when you were younger that did not make sense then but makes sense now?
Off rip, finances is one. But my dad used to say all the time when I wanted a lot of things and when he wouldn't get it, and you raise a fit, can't figure out why. So then I will always want to rush to be an adult. I'm like, I can't wait till I get older, and I can't wait to do whatever the case is. I just want to. I'm tired of y'all telling me what to do. Blah blah blah. Now, being this age now, the last time I talked with my father,
don't be arrested, grow up.
I gave that run. I said, adulting is ghetto. It's super ghetto. 0 out of 10. I do not.
I highly discourage you from growing up.
Okay.
Back in the day, I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I just wish I was a kid again.
Rush it. So when I was going through having a conversation with my dad, and my dad, just to catch up if I don't talk to him as much, but I'm just saying, I'm like, Papa, listen, all I do is work. Like I'm home, I go to sleep, I'll rinse, repeat. I said, I'm aching and everything else. I get it now. He was like, oh, but no, you wanted to go ahead and grow up.
Okay,
I tried to tell you then. You wanted to go ahead and do that. You were so worried about being an adult so bad. Now you see. I said, listen, I get it. Listen. I'm sorry. Give me grace.
Time really moves fast. You was just 16.
Literally. It was just, it was just.
As Beyonce said, time really moves fast. You was just 16.
It was just yesterday.
Okay.
More so, when it comes to my mother, my mom always is dropping. My mom, low key, is a little bit hood. She a little ghetto, in a good way though.
I know she not too ghetto.
In a good way.
Also, I want this to be the clip that I'm going to use as a promo, and I'm going to make sure that your mother sees it somehow.
That's fine. It's hard to remember kind of stuff that my mother told me because she's always been pretty raw with us.
Yeah.
Even when she like she says all the time, I don't ever sugarcoat anything with y'all. What I can say is though, I do appreciate now that I'm older, my mother has opened up more. So now I'm kind of learning a little bit more about her story and what's going on with her. In situations that I didn't understand when I was young.
Listen.
That we went through, but she's telling me now.
Speak on it. Mm-hmm. Speak on it. Because there are things my mother told me before she passed about her relationship with my dad. And I remember, and I may have said it on the show before, but I was like, I remember asking my mom at one point, I was like, why were you still with that man? Like, I know I probably wouldn't be born, but like, lady, why did you not leave?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's how I look at it.
And I was ignorant. I was like, Mama, I said, I ain't trying to be in you and my daddy business, but I said, what was it that good? Cause girl, Because some of the stuff you telling me, you tell me not to deal with this, and you telling me you sat here and dealt with this from this man for over a decade. Girl, couldn't be me.
You know, so,
okay.
So I do.
Because you ain't got but one time to hit me.
So I do find now that I appreciate that more as I'm becoming older, because also both my parents are getting older. I still have both of mine.
Yeah.
You know, thank God. But to for her to sometimes even just have those, you know, between me and my brother, I have a younger brother. She'll open that up with me more than she will with him. Only out the sense of my brother doesn't necessarily want to hear all of it all the time.
I also think it's also a space in which our parents know when we're ready to have adult conversations, right? Like some of the stuff my mother told me about her life when she was growing up, like she was like, "Hey, you didn't need to know this stuff about your dad because your relationship with your dad is your relationship with your dad. Mine is different."
And they didn't want to like taint that.
Yeah, she like, it's not my responsibility to paint him in a different light. She like, because what he did to me had nothing to do with you, right?
Yeah, because my mom would say a lot of that too. She'd be like, "Listen, have you talked to your dad? Do you talk to your dad? Listen, at the end of the day, regardless of how you may feel about that man, it's still your father. Check on him, see about him." But I'm like,
guess what? My mama used to do that for me with certain family members. I was like, "Mama, you know I'm not calling that lady. Y'all know once I say I ain't doing it, I ain't doing it. Now you best go get on now."
But yeah, I do. I think lesson wise though, it's like a lot of stuff made more sense to me. And then the biggest thing I think take away from that, my mom would say is like, you know, granted, you may have been around to experience and see things, but how do you think that felt for me? I never considered it from her point. Because
here's the thing, when we're kids, we don't, and I want to be very clear, it is not that we are incapable of understanding. We are not, I also think there are spaces in which we are not given a chance to be told or taught. Those are growing and teachable moments, I think, for children. I think I was unfortunate and blessed at the same time by growing up in foster care, but still being with family. It made it a very interesting experience. But I want to be mindful of the time that we have, right? So, in closing, I want to ask y'all one more question. Y'all go rock with me for one more question?
Absolutely.
Let's go. If there's one message you can send to your 50-year-old self, what message would you send to your 50-year-old self?
That's deep.
Because we always talk about what you would say to your younger self, right?
Because you have the wisdom there,
right? Because I was going to ask a question like, what would you say to your younger self that you would actually listen to? And the fun fact is, I don't think any of us would know what the fuck we would listen to.
Because we didn't have the experience.
But like, I know what I would want my younger self to know and take from a message, but I know my hard-headed ass want to go, well, I ain't gonna listen to that shit.
Right. I would listen.
Correct.
Right? So what message would you say to your future self, 50-year-old self?
Be kind to you.
Oh, that's good.
Have grace with you. Okay. You don't always got to beat yourself up.
Why would you say that to your 50-year-old self? I love that.
Because currently now, although I am older, I still deal with my past mentally. I'm not there, but mentally I'm trapped there.
Yeah.
Going what's currently happening within my life is a lot of triggers that take me back there. So I don't necessarily know how to navigate situations within my own personal.
Because you do know that's what a trigger is, right?
Correct. But I say being kind and having grace of myself, because I'll beat myself up even in the moment when I don't necessarily need to.
And do you think 50-year-old Siran is still gonna be beating up on himself?
Why should he?
So I'm gonna come back to you because I think you misunderstood the question. I'm gonna come back to you because I'm gonna ask you again. Courtney.
Oh, I'm on spell it. Okay. What would I tell my 50-year-old self? Ooh, that's a deep question. You know, you might have to come back to me.
Okay,
how about you answer
I got
it
you.
first?
I got it.
Okay.
Because I want to be very clear.
Like really
this question this is happening in the moment in real time.
Real time.
Okay. The message I was sent to my 50-year-old self, I would say you lived. As we were having this conversation, it made me realize that I've lived a lot of life. And I hope that when I'm 50, I'm continuing to live a lot of life. And
I
the
like
message
that.
to my 50-year-old self
I
is
like
keep living,
I like that.
right? I hope that my 50-year-old self has been to 50 different countries. I hope
I
my
like that.
50-year-old self has kids, potentially grandkids. I want my 50-year-old self. Oh, okay. I want my 50-year-old self to be able to look back at his life and know that he lived it. Because as Siran said about just where we are now, there's so many people that don't get to be where we are right now. It's just living and breathing. So if I am blessed to be 50 years old, the message I want him to have is keep living.
I received that. I like that.
Just keep living.
Keep living.
Keep living and
Woo!
have fun.
About to take
It's
myself
okay,
down.
It's all right. It's okay.
Girl, I didn't put on my waterproof mascara today.
It's okay.
Oh,
That is a
Keep
deep message.
living and
That's a deep
have
message. Keep
fun.
living.
Oh, and have
fun.
I almost
think
threw my
for
glasses
myself, I
across the
would say
room.
Keep
Have
taking the
fun.
risk because I like what you said earlier. It's like even at 50,
Yes.
a lot of people.
Give me some for that
I
one.
think a lot of people think like, oh, it's 50, but
You stop living early.
you stop living. No, keep living.
Like,
Keep
if
living.
you
Keep taking the
still got
risk.
breath,
Yeah, keep
it
taking
ain't
the
over.
risk.
I love that.
Yeah, I
It
just want
ain't
that.
over.
Nah, I found it. But yeah, keep
Yeah, I
taking the
love
risk.
that.
Keep taking the risk for sure.
Have fun.
Now back to you. We're gonna try this again.
Okay, we're gonna try this again, Mister.
What message would you want to send to your 50-year-old self? Do not be hard headed. I see it in your face.
Because you know what's coming.
I see it in your face. Don't,
You know when he gets that smirk, he was.
you know what? You can leave.
It's a leave.
You know when he has that smirk.
You know,
Look,
I
okay.
just know it's
I knew it was about to be
I just
some
know a
mess.
Sag energy is about to come out. I'm just saying.
Because he want to say he said what he
something.
said so bad. I said what I said.
No, not necessarily.
It's a smirk for me.
Not necessarily. Honestly, I really don't know.
That's also okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Honestly, I don't really know. When I really think about it,
It's gonna come to you
I
later.
don't really know.
That's also okay.
I don't know, y'all.
It's okay
Listen,
not to have
it's
the
okay to
answer
just not
now.
know because
It's
again,
okay not to have the
no
answer now.
plans, no direction. Just do it. Just go with the flow. Keep going with the flow.
I don't do all that. I need a soft agenda every time. If I ain't got
plan, it's fine.
if I ain't got no soft agenda, it ain't happening, player. And we ain't doing that over here. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Before I wrap this up, I want to say thank you both so much for being a part of this conversation.
Thank you for
For coming
me.
to sit here with me and doing this. I don't think so. Just in case, because Courtney, I know you're new, right? This podcast is all about the reason why the name is Securely Me is because this podcast is all about having conversations about being our authentic selves. How do we get to that? And this is another form of that for us today in community. And thank you guys for being part of the community to talk about that. Because I don't think as Black people, we feel comfortable enough to have conversations like what we're having right now. Even something that's like messages you say to your younger self or things you say to your older self. I don't think a lot of Black people sometimes think about the idea that you will be 50 one day. A lot of us don't know how to prepare for today, but also be available for tomorrow. A lot of us are living just for the day.
That's true.
Yeah.
Day by day. Day by day.
And I want...
Take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
And I think
you have to live further than that. You have to think about the future.
Yeah.
You have to think about...
Because then your future self will be like, well, what did your younger self do? So why are
What
you
did you
doing
do
your
with it?
future self?
Because, listen,
Yeah.
I got when I was 18 and fuck that credit up.
Finances.
Look.
Fuck that credit right on up.
Okay.
Okay.
What you
It was
learn?
exactly because it was fresh, it was new. You was excited. I can finally buy stuff with my own money. But when you don't have
With my
that
own credit.
literacy,
Right, but you gotta pay.
okay,
Yeah,
you don't have the
yeah.
literacy. When you don't have the know-how to how to make the money work for you.
Yes.
Right? Make that money, girl.
Okay, don't let it make you. So, okay, cousin. Thank y'all so much for watching this episode, for being here with us. Please say happy birthday to Siran.
Happy birthday.
And what I want you to take from this episode and why I really, really wanted to talk about coming of age is just what I just said to Courtney. As Black people, as queer people, as people who walk around on this planet, we need to have spaces that we can talk about all the things that make us who we are, all the things that make us powerful, all the things that make us great. And Black people, we've been through a lot, right? We have inherited traumas, all like that just will not go anywhere. But what we can do, right, is find ways to continue to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And that's all I ever want y'all to do when y'all come sit with me, watch these videos, listen to these podcast episodes. At the end of it, I want you to take something from it that you can take back home and implement into your everyday life. Find yourself a community. If you need a community, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Treat me like impossible. But with that, cousin, I just want to say I love y'all and happy birthday, Siran.
Thank
Bye.
you.